Hello and welcome to your channel for English learning. My name is Emily, and it is my absolute pleasure to be with you today. This podcast is your friendly space, a place where you can relax, learn, and most importantly, build your confidence in English. Our goal here is not about being perfect. It's about making progress, one step at a time, and feeling good about your journey. Today, we are going to talk about something incredibly important. We are going to address what I believe is the single biggest barrier that stands between an intermediate learner and true fluency. It is a silent habit that happens inside your mind, and it slows down your speech, drains your energy, and makes conversations feel like hard work. We are talking about the habit of translating in your head. So in this episode, I am going to share the number one habit that will help you break free from this cycle. It's a method designed to help you think directly in English and, as a result, speak automatically and with much more ease. We will explore why this happens and, more importantly, how you can start to change it today with simple, practical steps that you can fit into any lifestyle. Do you find yourself in this situation? Someone asks you a question in English, and inside your head, a complex process begins. First, you hear the English words. Then, you translate them into your native language to understand the meaning. After that, you form an answer in your native language. And finally, you translate that answer, word by word, back into English before you can speak. It is a 4-step process that happens for every single sentence. It is slow, it is tiring, and it is the main reason why you might pause a lot when you speak. This translation habit is what stops you from sounding natural and feeling spontaneous in conversations. It creates a delay, a hesitation that can make you feel less confident, even when you know a lot of English words and grammar rules. Many learners believe that the solution to this problem is to learn more vocabulary. They think, if I just knew more words, I wouldn't have to translate so much. But I want to share a secret with you. The problem is not a lack of words. The problem is the process you are using in your brain. You can know thousands of words, but if you continue to rely on translation, your speech will always be slow. The secret isn't learning more words. It is fundamentally changing how you think. So today, we are going to propose a much simpler, more effective approach. We are going to focus on one simple, powerful habit, a habit that when you practice it consistently will help you bypass the translation process altogether. We will break this habit down into small, smart, and manageable steps that you can practice anywhere, at any time, without needing a textbook or a classroom. So, what is this powerful technique? What is this master habit that can change everything for you? I call it direct thinking. It's a very simple concept. It is the habit of creating your thoughts directly in English, instead of building them in your native language first and then translating them. It is about making English the starting point of your thought, not the end point. Let me give you an analogy to make this clearer. Think of it like this. Translating in your head is like traveling on a slow, winding country road. It's a beautiful road, but it has a toll booth at every single corner. At each toll booth, you have to stop, pay a little bit of mental energy, and then you can continue. This is what happens when you translate. You stop, you think, you search for words, and then you move on. It's slow, and it requires a lot of effort. Now, direct thinking is completely different. Direct thinking is like a modern, direct, and fast highway. It is a superhighway that goes straight from your brain to your mouth. There are no toll booths. There are no unnecessary stops. The thoughts flow smoothly, quickly, and efficiently. Our goal together is to build that highway in your mind. And the good news is you can start building this highway right now. It doesn't require any special tools. Let's try a very small piece of it together. This is an interactive practice segment. I want you to look around the room you are in right now. Just look. See an object. It could be anything: a desk, a lamp, a cup. Now, here is the important part. I want you to resist the urge to say its name in your native language first. Just see the object, and in your mind, or even quietly out loud, say the English word. Let's do it together. Are you ready?
See a chair. Repeat after me. This is a chair. Good. Now, look at a window. Repeat after me. That is a window. Excellent. How about a book? I see a book. One more. That is a light. Did you feel that? For that one brief moment, you were not translating. You were connecting an object directly to an English word. You were using the direct thinking highway. You are already doing it. That is how simple it is to begin. Now that you understand the core idea of direct thinking, let me give you 5 simple and powerful ways to build this habit every single day. These are not big, difficult tasks. They are small, daily exercises that will train your brain to stop translating and start thinking directly in English. Our first tip is to start with single words. We call this the labeling game. This is the very first step on our journey, and it's the easiest one to start. The habit is this. As you go about your day, simply look at the objects around you and think of the English word for them instantly. Don't say the word in your native language first. Just see it and think the English word. When you are in your kitchen, you see a cup, a plate, a fork. When you are walking outside, you see a tree, a car, a house. This is so effective because it builds a direct connection in your brain between a physical object and its English name. You are cutting out the middleman, your native language. This makes your vocabulary active instead of passive. You can do this anywhere. When you are on the bus, you can look around and label things in your mind. Window, seat, door. It's a silent game you can play all day long, and each time you do it, you are strengthening that direct thinking highway.
Our second tip is to narrate your day with simple sentences. Once you're comfortable with single words, it's time to move on to the next level. Short, simple sentences. The habit here is to create short, internal sentences about your actions as you are doing them. You become the narrator of your own life, but you do it in English. For example, when you wake up, you can think, I am waking up. I am turning off my alarm. I am getting out of bed. When you are in the kitchen, you think, I am making coffee. I am pouring the water. I am adding milk. These sentences don't need to be complex. In fact, simple is better. I am walking. I am reading. I am listening to music. Why is this so powerful? Because you are connecting your actions directly to English sentences. You are not thinking about your actions in your native language. You are living them in English. This practice makes English an active part of your daily experience, not just a subject you study. Our third tip is to make small decisions and plans in English. Every day, we make hundreds of small decisions. These moments are perfect opportunities to practice direct thinking. The habit is to think through your simple, daily choices in English. For example, when you are thinking about what to eat, instead of using your native language, you can ask yourself in English, "What should I have for lunch today? Maybe I will have a salad, or maybe a sandwich." When you are planning your evening, you can think, "After work, I need to go to the store. I need to buy milk, bread, and some vegetables." These are low-pressure thoughts. No one is listening. There is no fear of making a mistake. This is so effective because decision-making is a natural thought process. By doing it in English, you are teaching your brain that English is not just for communication with others, it is also a tool for your own internal thinking. Our fourth tip is to form your opinions in English first. We are constantly reacting to the world around us. We see something on the news, we read an article, we listen to a song, and we immediately form an opinion or a feeling about it. The habit here is to try and form that first initial reaction in English. It can be very simple. For example, you see a new movie trailer. Before you think anything else, you can think, "That looks interesting." Or perhaps, "I don't think I would like that." You read a surprising news story. Your first thought could be, "Wow, that's incredible," or "I'm not sure I agree with that." This practice is incredibly powerful for developing fluency because opinions and reactions are the building blocks of conversation. When someone asks you, "What do you think?" you won't have to translate. You will already have a thought ready in English because you have been practicing it all day. And our fifth and final tip is to speak your thoughts out loud when you're alone. This is where we connect everything together. All the internal thinking we have been doing, the labeling, the narrating, the decision-making, we now bring it out into the physical world. The habit is to turn your internal English narration into quiet, spoken words. You don't have to shout. You can just whisper to yourself. When you are making coffee and thinking, "I am making coffee," try saying it softly out loud. "I am making coffee." When you are deciding what to wear, think, "I will wear the blue shirt," and then say it, "I will wear the blue shirt." Why is this the final crucial step? Because it connects your thinking brain to your speaking mouth. It builds the physical muscle memory of producing English sounds based on a direct English thought. It closes the loop and makes the entire process active. This is the bridge between thinking in English and speaking in English automatically. So let's summarize what we've learned. As you can see, stopping the translation habit is not a magical event that happens overnight. It is a skill, and it is built with these small, consistent, and deliberate actions. It starts with labeling a single word, grows into narrating your day with simple sentences, evolves into making decisions in English, progresses to forming your opinions, and is finally solidified by speaking your thoughts out loud. Integrating these simple thinking exercises into your daily life is the fastest and most effective way to achieve automatic, natural speech. You are slowly and steadily rewiring your brain to make English its default language for certain thoughts. So I want to leave you with one final, powerful statement to carry with you this week. Remember, fluency is not something you find. It is something you build, one thought at a time. You have the power to build it, starting today. If you're enjoying this podcast, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. Your feedback really motivates me to keep creating more episodes for you. Thank you so much for listening and for dedicating this time to your English journey. Keep practicing these small habits, be patient with yourself, and celebrate your progress. I'll see you next time.